Hey everyone, my name is Brittany. Welcome back to Brits Loving Life. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me again today. If you're new, welcome. My name is Brittany. If you're listening podcast or YouTube channel is about bringing purpose to your business. And so I'm excited to dive into today's topic, which is how values or faith can actually help with making big decisions in your business. All right, before we get started, if today's content is valuable to you in any way, I hope you consider subscribing or leaving a rating if you're listening in. And you can also find me on social media at Brits Loving Life. Let's dive in. So, today we're talking about how values and faith can actually help with your decisions. If you're not a faithful person, you can very well use your value system to really help you and kind of use it as your moral compass and making big decisions with your company. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, whatever it is you're drinking, and let's dive right in. All right. So, as I mentioned, you've got this clear moral compass. Whatever those morals have come from, whether you're faithful or they're just some guidelines and good morals that you've picked up along the way, and that's what you live by, these can actually be used not just personally, but also within your business. And they will help you with making decisions faster and hopefully easier within your business. As business owners, as entrepreneurs, we have so many different decisions that we have to make. Some are harder, some are easier, but altogether these can all be simplified hopefully with these tips. So let's give an example. So say you've got some moral guidelines you live by with honesty, or you're generous, or you live by integrity. So how can these components actually help with decision making? Say you're being faced with a problem that you could take it both ways. You could either do something that's maybe a little more dishonest, stressful, or secretive, even if just a little bit. By using your moral value of honesty, that clearly can swipe away any other choice of the contrary, because you want to stick true to who you are and what feels important to you. Bringing those into your business are going to be very reflective of who you are. It's going to reflect in your employees and the type of people that you surround yourself with. Generosity. So, I know a lot of people face different levels of lack of generosity in companies. And so maybe you have a very successful year and you don't know what to do with those funds, and you've got some employees. If you have a very generous nature, then maybe it'll make that decision a little easier that, yes, you can put some of those funds towards the growth of your business, redistribute it back, or you can do a mix of both, do that, plus give maybe a bonus to your hardworking employees, or just do the full bonus to the employees. You're going to decide what's best for you. Obviously, growth for the business is also going to affect and impact the employees long term, so there's no right or wrong there, but by using this moral compass is going to really help you understand, obviously, if you've making these big bucks and you're thinking, do I give myself this, or do I morally, with my generous spirit, want to give back to the community, give back to my employees, give back to my business? And it could be a mix of all those things. Again, there's no right or wrong, but by using that generous spirit, sometimes it aligns you a little better with what that decision is going to be. With integrity, doing what's right, even when people aren't looking. This is going to really impact every element of your business. There's a lot of areas in which you could be deceitful in your business, but it'll show at the end of the day. Even if it's not now, it'll show eventually, whether that's to your customers, to your clients, or your employees. So if you hold yourself to a high standard of integrity and just always doing the right thing, that'll help you with deciding, what's the best course of action moving forward. Again, these are general guidelines. This isn't going to be, you're always going to face those underlying issues that maybe these things aren't as helpful for. So in those circumstances, it's really important to kind of take a step back. And if you're faithful, I would say talk to God, bring him into the conversation and really ask for his guidance. And if that's not your thing, if you're not religious or faithful at all, then taking a step back, maybe finding a business leader or someone that you really respect, a coach, a mentor, and really discussing those problems with them. But again, always coming through with those underlying moral guidelines and that moral compass to kind of gear you in the general direction. And sometimes you need a little assistance by speaking with somebody else about it, and that's okay. We're all just trying to figure out this business game, and there's a lot that goes into it. So do what you got to do. So the great thing about having a strong value system is that they can become filters when analyzing the deals. Like I said, it'll give you a general guideline. Do I go north? Do I go south? It'll start clearing up some of those filters and give you a little better angle on what appears to be the better answer or the better decision for you to make. And that's where you can get that third party to come in and either confirm or give you some different perspective to it. But those filters are going to be very helpful in the decision-making process. Now, let's talk about building trust and reputation. By having good values or a faith-based system in your company, how does that reflect on the people you do work with? Or how does that reflect to your employees, right? If you have no value system, you're dishonest, anything goes, you don't hold yourself to a high standard, those things are often going to trickle down into your reputation. People are going to start taking note. People are going to start understanding, the core of your business isn't based on much. And if you don't have that, maybe this is a good time for you to reflect and say, what are some good values that I can bring to my company and start implementing? Many entrepreneurs, in my experience, there's always those outliers, but many already have that moral compass. People get into business because they want to do good, they want to make change, or they want to sell a product. And they know that sometimes it just takes creating quality. It takes a lot of work to get recognition and build trust. And so having moral guidelines are a huge component to that. And understanding your bigger purpose or what you want to be known for is going to really help you get there. So at the end of the day, 10 years from now, what do you want your business to be known for? If it's merely just a transactional basis and you don't want people to come back, then that's that. But if you think longer term, think of the bigger picture and what you want people to know you for, that's going to help you in making those decisions that are going to leave a bigger impact, a positive impact, rather than poor ones. I think another big component of this is accountability. And so if you're a person who takes no accountability for your rights or wrongs, I don't think it leaves room for a lot of growth, a lot of learning opportunity, or a lot of reflection, really just how you can do better. And so by taking accountability, I would embrace that, right? We are all human. We all make mistakes. We all do good. We all do bad things. We're all imperfect. And so taking accountability for those things, A, builds trust, and B, is going to make you much more highly respectable in your eyes as well as the people that you work with or around. And so I think it really can help propel you forward because you're going to move forward even if you have a downfall, even if you have a step back. Taking accountability is going to get you moving forward faster than if you don't take accountability. And that's one of those values that I think is important to input into your business. Because again, there's no doubt that you are going to have failures at one point or another. And I like the saying that failures are not failures, they're lessons That's a beautiful thing to live by because we can all learn and it's okay. I think a lot of us sometimes try and put ourselves on such a high pedestal that it's not okay if we fail, but the truth and the reality is we all do. Let's learn from it and let's propel forward. Stay focused on your big why. We've talked about this in previous ones. Keep that big why very close, near and dear to your heart or your mission statement and make it something that you live by. Let's avoid just writing that in a notebook and putting it in the drawer and never looking at it again. Let's use it. Let's use it to really create a purposeful response within our business. I wanted to leave you guys with a quote. This one is from Peter Drucker, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but it's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. That's a beautiful way to put it, right? Values have so much impact on the way we make decisions, more than you can think about. When you think decision making, sometimes it's like, oh, let's reflect every angle. But really start to reflect, what values do I have that are going to help push me into the right decision here? All right, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you again so much for listening. Again, my name is Brittany, and I'm just so thankful that you're here listening and joining me. If you've got any comments or thoughts, please feel free to leave those in the comments. And I just ask, may you walk with purpose and grow in grace. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.